Thank you for joining me today. This is Lisa with Queen Bee Creations, and we're going to be working on a fun fold card today. I saw this fold with a different stamp set on Wendy Cranford's page, and I just thought it was super cute. I like the way it opens. It opens two directions and just has the kind of strap that goes across. So I thought I would try it with the It Starts With Art stamp set, and I'll show you how I did it. Let's take a look at my work surface. For this card, it actually starts out with just a single piece. It doesn't fold. This is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and this is our thick Whisper White. Then I have the strap that's going to go across here. This strip is 9 3/4 by 1 3/4 wide, scored at 5 1/2. Then this piece is 7 7/8 by 4, and that's going to place right over here. Then for the inside of the card, we have our standard smaller insert. So this is going to be 3/7/5, so 3 3/4 by 5. So that's going to fit right inside there. And then I've cut some designer series paper to decorate the outside. Now this is from the same designer series paper bundle or pack, but I'm just using a different piece. And on this one, all I did was I flipped it over. This is the same sheet of cardstock, and I used one side and then the other because they're both super cute. So this piece here is So this is going to be my inside. Then for the outside, what I did is I stamped the Let's Stay Up Late and Craft. And then this is Pacific Point. This is the smallest of the scallop circles in our layering circles dies. So I'm putting this on here with a dimensional, and then I'm going to go ahead and use regular adhesive to adhere it to the card. Now on my other one, because I was taking pictures of it and it wouldn't lay still for me, what I did was I just took these little sticky Velcro dots. So there's the sticky end and then the fuzzy end, just to hold it shut. So if you have issues and you want it to stay shut, those little sticky things are in the sewing department, and they're just tiny little Velcro dots. They're colored and cut out the ribbons that are going to go on the front. There's a pen. I just was trying to get a variety of little items to put on the front, and I was coloring with my Stampin' blends, but I didn't want to bore you by coloring too much with them because I use them almost every video, and I'm sure you've kind of seen how I use them for the blending. I start with the dark and I highlight the dark areas, and then use the light and do small circles over it to blend it. I colored the main part of this clip with the dark balmy blue, and I'm going to use the light balmy blue for the ends. And then I used the light smoky slate for the metal. But you know, you can do whatever you want. I just am having fun coloring. And then I've got this little bottle of ink refill. I think I'll color that with Calypso Coral again. So here I have the light and the dark. And as I stated before, I'm gonna color what I think would be dark. So I'm coming in from the side where they have the little highlights. And then I'm going to come back with this one and just kind of go over it. And you want to do this fairly quickly because they blend better when they're wet. You want to do small sections at a time. And don't be concerned, it is going to bleed all the way through on the back side, but it does give you a beautiful blend. Now when you order your blends, don't forget to order the color lifter. And it's just a clear alcohol marker that's going to allow us to do some blends, because this I'm using the light smoky slate, but I don't really want the dark. I want it to fade into a lighter. So what I'm going to do is I'm coloring the edges with this, leaving a little bit of space in the middle. And then I'm going to come in with the color lifter, and I'm just going to blend this in with some circles. And I'll kind of go over the whole thing, drag it around. And then that's going to give me a lovely blend for the label. So it doesn't take the gray away, it just makes it a little bit lighter and blends it together, which I kind of like. And I suggest buying them in sets. You can buy them individually, but I would suggest buying them in sets for the light and the dark. When I started out, I kind of wanted a variety, and I started with a green and a pink and a brown and, you know, a gray, something so I had shades of each one. But, you know, think of what you normally color. Say if it's flowers, you know, what color flowers do you like? Obviously they have leaves. You know, just kind of think a little bit about how you would want to use it. And then I'm going to die cut these on my Big Shot. So these are the dies that come with it. These are the Arts and Crafts dies. So here's our stamp set, and these are the dies that go with it. Remember I was saying there's lots of little buttons and snaps, and here's our clip. I'm going to be using that. And then here's our ribbons, here's the re-inker. This little spool actually goes with this stamp here, and I've seen somebody cut it out and wrap their baker's twine around it. So if they had just a little bit of baker's twine, this works as a little spool. It's super cute, and it's got some great edgelets to it. So there's our two pieces, and I'm going to bring my card back in, and I'm using the liquid glue this time because the pen is, or pencil, because it's one of our watercolor pencils, is thinner than the snail. If you want to use snail, you can just use it on our silicone craft sheet, and it will not stick to the craft sheet. It'll only stick to your paper. So I think this one I'll add a sentiment. And then I'm just going to adhere these to the front. Okay, so I just put dimensionals on this one. And then I'm going to kind of lay it over the top. So there we have it. There's our new card. So I hope you like it and you give it a try. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you stopping in with me each Monday at 2:30 when I do my Facebook Live. I also want to point out, if any of you are interested in the little kits, we have something called Paper Pumpkin that comes in the mail, and it's an all-inclusive kit. It comes with a Stampin' Spot, an exclusive set of stamps, and then all the paper materials that you would need to put a set of cards together. I am hoping that you guys appreciate what I do and that you refer me to your friends, because I'm doing a new Help Me Grow customer referral program, and a way of saying thank you for you guys referring people to me is when they place their first order, you get a credit for sending them over to me as a way of thank you. So check that out. I have a whole page of that on my blog over there at queenbeecreations.net. So again, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next week. Bye.